When you land one of the prize gems off of a huge restock event, all you can do is share. And that's what we're doing today. You guys, I bring you the Yeezy 700 Azaels. What's happening, everybody? Tyler with Destock Media here, and I know a lot of you came in large and in charge on Yeezy Day 2022, netting some serious wins. In fact, feel free to let me know what you netted down in the comments below. Just like in my last video that I'm going to leave linked for you somewhere on the screen right now, my next few videos are going to unpack some of my own personal victories from Yeezy Day 2022, and we're just going to jump right on in. We're going to start off today with a 700 model that was really hard to come by up until a few weeks ago. And I'll be the first to say that the 700 is loved by some and it's loathed by others, but there are a few colorways that you just can't ignore, and they are must-haves for any Yeezy collector. That's where the Azaels come in. Debuting back in 2019 to a huge success, these shoes flew off the shelves and were supremely hard to come by. In fact, if you were looking at resale sites back in the day, you were looking at $500 to $600 a pair, depending on your size. I know I wasn't the only one pumped to see them on the Yeezy Day restock list, so let's just dive right on in. Coming at you with a lot of light tones here. You have a creamy midsole that pretty much runs the entire length of the shoe. You have a slightly lighter exoskeleton material that goes around the upper. You have a gray and white knit material running between the ribs of this shoe. There's a little bit of gray mesh right here that allows for air to pass through this kick while you're wearing them. And then you have this luscious blue sole. I tell you, this shoe is not to be missed. While the design of the V3 is a marvel in and of itself, it's unique from pretty much any other shoe that you're rocking at this point in time. I think it's the sum of all the parts that make this shoe just as dope as it truly is, and we're gonna highlight some of those details right now. Let's talk about the materials and the composition first. I hit on the knit material that you can see within the ribs of this shoe, but then there's this rubberized exoskeleton that cradles the entire kick itself. Coming to the front, we have a rubberized portion that goes right over the toe. While it feels a little odd to the touch, mainly because that's the only portion of the shoe that feels this way, it's actually a dope feature because of the fact that it's going to wipe clean for you very easily, and even if you mark it up or scuff it, it's going to come right off with a little bit of love. Then we get into the multiple phases of this shoe. While the outer portions are sleek and distinct, the inner workings almost feel like a second shoe entirely. You have the tongue that's a light foam material with certain reflective elements down near the toe box itself. But as you slide your foot in, it's almost like you're wearing a bootie. The inside of this shoe just wraps and conforms to your foot so comfortably. Whereas you can see as you run your finger around the lining of the shoe, it's almost as if there's an external shell protecting the inner working. We're gonna shine a little bit more light on the external factors that make this shoe so dope in a moment, but I'd like to spend a little time talking about the splash of color underneath the shoe as well. The sole is just an absolutely hypnotizing blue color, and it's the only real splash of bright color on this shoe. And if I'm being partial to this 700, I think that this is actually what separates it from a lot of different 700s out there. Pairing this bright blue bottom with the creamy midsole and upper features, as well as the neutral grays and whites, it really makes this shoe pop when you're stepping through a crowd and they can see the bottom as well. So we're gonna get back to one of the design elements of this shoe that really makes it the elephant in the room, and that's this exoskeleton here that we've been talking about. This is actually a UV reactive material that when you spend some time in the sun and then come back inside, your feet are gonna glow bright green. And while that's a feature we've seen more and more in various shoes over the last couple years, I think there are very few examples that do it as well as this 700. And that's the fact that these glow bright green, there's a little bit of speckle to them, there's a distinct pop that makes them stand out amongst any other shoe that glows, and I really appreciate that look. Now, I'll be the first to tell you that you don't need a whole lot of sun to get them going. I personally live right by the ocean. There's a lot of fog where I stay, but standing outside for even just 5 minutes, coming back in, and I'm glowing hard. And like I said, we've seen it before, we'll probably see it again. But in terms of the attainable Yeezy catalog, I don't think that there's any shoe that really does it the way that these do here. I know you guys get tired of listening to me talk, so let's just get to the glamour shots as well as the on foot. So there we have it, you guys. This is our second unboxing from our Yeezy 2022 haul, and I've got a couple more up my sleeve. I want to thank you for sticking with me through this entire video, and if you took anything from it at all, go ahead and drop me a like. I'd really appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button and then turn on all notifications so you never have to worry about missing a post. We've done a few other Yeezy unboxings on this channel, so if you're interested in any of those, check out the videos that I've left on screen for you here. In the meantime, this is Tyler with Deadstock Media, signing off.